What's up, super friends, and welcome to my unboxing / review of the DC Comics Multiverse Batman The Dark Knight Returns Mutant Leader action figure. This is another one that I was really excited to pick up, and I would have liked to pick up the Mezco one, but I couldn't afford it, so the DC Comics Multiverse, which is an excellent offering of the figure itself, comes in a close second. It's part of the Doomsday Build-A-Figure wave, as you can see here, and other figures in the wave include the Super Doomed, you have the Supergirl, Lex Luthor, Robin, and the Armored Batman. I have the Armored Batman and the Robin, not interested in the Supergirl or the Lex Luthor, but I do want this Super Doomed. This figure looks awesome, so let's open it up. Pull this open, yank it out, and here's what it comes with. It comes with this new 52 Doomsday Build-A-Figure piece. It's the left arm. Not too shabby. It actually looks pretty good. A little bit of sloppiness in the paint right there, but overall, I think it looks pretty good. Although, I'm not going to be building this figure, so, yeah. He comes with this little dinky crowbar for bludgeoning people over the head with. This neat little gas torch. And the Mutant Leader figure itself, which is not too shabby of an offering if you ask me. They've done, by the looks of it, a whole lot of new tooling, which I'll get into in a second. So let's take a closer look. Here we can see they've done a good job of trying to capture the overall look and feel of the Mutant Leader. They got the studs coming, the spikes coming right out of his head. They got his classic glasses and his nasty teeth. No nipples. A lot of fans actually wanted the nipples there because they were a big part of the overall look of the Mutant Leader, but they didn't do that. They got the wrist, they got the spikes coming right out of the wrists, and they got his belt, his spike belt. I think that this is new tooling for the pants. Correct me if I'm wrong. And they got the spikes around his ankles, and then they got his toes. And I think that that's new tooling. Ugh. He needs to clip them nails. That's nasty. Now, articulation for this bad boy is as follows. The head is on a ball joint, which is typical. The shoulders have typical Masters of the Universe classic articulation, hinge, swivel. The shoulders themselves also are on a swivel. Elbows, both of them have a single joint. He's also got the articulation, a swivelly at the wrist. And then you've got an ab crunch, and he swivels at the waist, and you've got the typical Masters of the Universe articulation in the groin here, hidden well by the actual sculpting of the groin of his pants. You've got single hinged knees, and that is about as far as I can push them. So that's his articulation there. And does he spin at the... No, just the spikes, just his little anklets spin, but the foot doesn't spin. However, you do have a hinge on the ankles. Ugh, there's some nasty toes again. Clip them! Let's give him his crowbar and torch, shall we? The crowbar firmly fixed in one hand, and the torch in the other. You gotta get in there. That's your home. There you go. Good boy. Now, anyone familiar with the Frank Miller graphic novel Batman The Dark Knight Returns will know that the Mutant Leader was a formidable adversary for the aged, approaching his twilight senior years Batman. The Batman very nearly didn't defeat him, but in the end, he did best the Mutant Leader. And it was a great scene. Really, if you haven't read the graphic novel, why haven't you? In my opinion, it's one of the greatest graphic novels that DC Comics has ever released. You need to go read it. Go read it right now. And then you'll like it as much as I do. Now, just for size comparison here, we have Superman, Batman, and Carrie Kelly Robin standing with the Mutant Leader, and you can see he fits in quite nicely. There'll be no fears in displaying him with the rest of your DC Multiverse Dark Knight Returns figures. It makes sense because they're all based on the Masters of the Universe Classics buck. All in all, very, very happy with this figure. Would recommend a solid 9 out of 10. The only reason why I dock marks is because they didn't include the nipples, which I think were a very important part of the look of this figure. They're supposed to be bordering on offensively large looking, and they didn't include them. I think they could have, but still a solid 9 out of 10. Very satisfied with this figure, and I'm going to have a great time figuring out how I'm going to add this figure into my Batman Dark Knight Returns action figure display. Anyhow, we've come to the end of the video, so thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to do so. If you liked the video, please slap a like on it. Leave any comments you have down below. Subscribe so you never miss a video if you think you'd like to see more of this kind of content, and I will see you in the next one. Toodaloo!